Extract from One Hot Summer, Chapter 21, author Ian Barker. I edged through the crowd to the hallway. A couple were snogging at the bottom of the stairs, and I had to step over them in order to ascend. At the top was a short queue to use the bathroom. I was third in line behind Graham's green-haired companion. "You're with, Graham," I said, catching the urge to call him Sid the last second. "Uh-huh," she grunted. In addition to the green hair, she had a safety pin in the side of her nose and wore an old string vest over a black t-shirt and ripped jeans. "Good party, yeah?" I pressed on. "It's okay. Music's shite, though." I guessed her tastes were less mainstream. "You a friend of Graham's?" "He lives near me." Then I added, "I'm John." "Felicity." It took me a second to realize that this was her name, as it seemed so at odds with her image. I was saved by the fact that her turn came for the bathroom. When she came out, I entered and locked the door. The room was pink and smelled of vomit. Someone had missed the pan and made no more than a half-hearted attempt at cleaning the mess from the floor. I tried to hold my breath as I peed. Returning downstairs, stepping over the snoggers again, I realized I hadn't specified which garden I'd meet Penny in. Opening the front door, I found another couple snogging on the porch, but no one else. I made my way back through the crush of sweating dancers to the kitchen and out of the back door. There were voices from either side. It was dark, though, and I waited for my eyes to adapt. To the right, two glowing red points marked the position of a pair of smokers. Then I heard Dino's voice to my left. "Come on, Frosty Knickers, you know you've always wanted me." I almost laughed, but the next words made the sound catch in my throat. "Piss off, you oaf." The voice belonged to Penny. I started forward. At the same moment, the door behind me opened and someone switched on an outside light. Blinking in the sudden glare, I saw Dino, his arms either side of my girlfriend, pinning her against the wall. "Oi, Dino!" He was 3 paces away, but I got there in 2. "What's the matter?" His head turned towards me, his arms remaining either side of Penny. "Worried I'll give your girlfriend something you can't?" He was drunk. "You take your greasy fucking paws off her." I grabbed his arm and pulled him away. He was taller than me, but I made up for that in anger and 2 cans of lager. "Or what?" He leered and swayed a little, and I thought he might hit me, so I pushed him. It wasn't a hard push, but it caught Dino off guard. He took a step back and stumbled over a tub of wallflowers. A crash of breaking plant pot and a loud splash followed. Then Dino's surprised face, minus smile, was looking up at me from an ornamental pond as startled goldfish darted for cover. A plastic garden gnome teetered on the edge for a second, then tumbled into the water with a soft plop. I heard Andrea's voice behind me. "That is it, Derek Dean. I saw what you were up to. If I never see you again, it'll be way too soon." She was drunk, too. Dino, on the other hand, had fast become very sober and began struggling to get out of the pond. "I paid 15 quid for these trousers," he wailed. "Dry clean only." The crowd had gathered outside the back door now, laughing and pointing at Dino. Penny stood by my side, laughing hardest of all. I felt a couple of hands slap me on the back. As the laughter died, a girl put an arm around Penny's shoulders, asking if she was okay. "And you can leave by the side gate," Andrea ranted at Dino again as he squelched onto dry land. "You're not coming through the house in that state." She turned to me and Penny, her face flushed with anger and booze. "Oh, I should have ditched him ages ago. Thanks for making me see what a rat he is." She moved to kiss me on the cheek, but instead was sick down the front of my best white shirt. Penny and I walked home hand in hand. The lining of my jacket felt strange against my bare skin. I held my soiled shirt in a plastic carrier bag. God knew what my mum was going to say. I'd pestered her to wash it, especially for this evening. "I suppose you want to hear the full history of me and Dino," Penny said. "Only if you want to tell me." After tonight, I think you deserve to know." She let go my hand and slipped her arm around my waist. "We went out together in 5th year." "That much I know." I placed my free hand on her shoulder. "He had hands all over the place. It was like dating a sex-mad octopus. Anyway, after 3 dates, he invites himself round to my house when I'm in on my own. I began to wish she wasn't telling me this bit, yet I had to know the details. We went to my room and snogged, and I fought him off for a bit, but then I went out to go to the loo. When I came back, he's lying there in nothing but his socks. The image was so vivid, I laughed out loud. "I'm sorry," I said. "Go on. What did you do?" "I told him my dad would be back soon and that he didn't take kindly to finding naked boys in his garden. Dino said, 'What do you mean garden?' Then I bundled up all his clothes from the floor and threw them out the window," she giggled. "His face was a picture, almost as good as when you pushed him in the pond." "So tonight," I said, "he was trying to claim what he thought you owed him from a couple years ago?" "I guess so." I laughed. "I'll never be able to see him again without thinking of him in that pond." "You were brilliant," she said. "Thanks." I blushed a little. I knew I'd just been lucky. At our usual parting spot on Lancaster Drive, we stopped and kissed. "I'll walk you all the way home," I said. Penny pulled down the zip of my jacket a few inches and brushed her lips on my bare chest. "Better not," she said. "They might ask you in, and you still smell of sick."